Hey guys, what's going on? Cryptic Gaming here, back with another video. Now today I'm just doing a little talk on the server that I've been playing on for a while, and I'm going to be talking about a new series coming out. So first of all, let's talk about this server. This server right here, UK EU Tanoa Life RPG, is a life server. Those of you who don't know what a life server is, it's pretty much you are a virtual character in a virtual world, or town, or country, or city, whatever you want to call it, such as Aldis or Tanoa, and you basically become that character. You can go around, you can do cocaine, you can do weed, you can do iron, copper, diamonds, you know, you can do these legal jobs and these illegal jobs. So like cocaine gathering, it might get you a lot more money than doing like say copper, but it's more risky because the cops can, or if they catch you, you'll be arrested and sent to jail or given a fine, but I believe it is jail for a class A drug. So there is cops, there's civilians, and there's EMS, which is the emergency medical staff. I think that's what they're called. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure on that, but I believe that's what EMS stands for. So obviously the medics have to be, well, I'll go over all the rules on that in a minute, but so yeah, you've got cops, you've got medics, and you've got civilians. Civilians can do anything, they can become criminals and just be good, law-abiding citizens. It's totally your choice. But yeah, so this is the server I've been playing on for a while. I recently just passed my cadet, or my application to join the police on the server, and I'm a cadet, which I will be going on about later. But at the moment, this is the server in case you ever want to join. I'm going to be going over some good points and bad points, you know, some stuff that they could improve on, and if some of them do watch this video, then you know there's some feedback that they can take or criticize on or whatever. They'll probably have a row at me, but whatever. So this is the website, www.endays.co.uk. so if you want to go to that website, it will bring you right here, and basically what you do here is you see you got my account here. Should add a picture. Yeah, let's get a picture. Upload. Alright, bear with me one sec, let's just get a picture up. There we go, let's do that one. Is that going to be really small? Okay, now I can crop it. Good. Boom. Oh, I got it so fuzzy. Oh well. Alright, so yeah. So this is my profile, don't worry about it. So if we just go to the main website here. So first of all, what you'd be greeted with is here, this is the server. It tells you how many players are on, out of 100. And this is the TeamSpeak. This is what I typed in, 164.132 blah 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 blah, but you can also just type in the I believe it's just like Endays something, and you can just get on it, but I typed in the IP because I couldn't find it. Anyway, moving on, so this is the, you know, what they call it, the soapbox, right? Pretty much a shout out box where, you know, you can just type in you know, quick little messages here to communicate with the rest of the people who are on the website at the time. Okay, so if we're going to the right side in a bit, but if we move down, so you got announcement and server information. So here it comes up with, you know, server development. So if there's anything that the you know, staff team are doing or changing, then it will show up here so everyone knows what's happening. Updates, you know, it's pretty much the same thing as the development, so they'll give updates about what's happening on the server. Server events, if there is any that are going to happen, they will be put there. Server rules, I'll go over that in a minute. Information and guides, it's just like information and guides is anyone can put an information or a guide in. It's pretty much just to help new players coming onto the server. So carrying on, moving down, here you got the Tanoa Life. So this is the server that we're on, obviously. So you got introduction, general chat, police discussions, gang hideout, game recruitment tab, player recommendation, Media, so this is like where people can like post pictures and videos, etc. There's 788 posts, so there'll be a lot. Suggestions and feedback, so this is pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just doing a video here, and I will probably post it into the media slot for people to come and check out. Bugs and glitches, if you find any, then just put them there, or you can go into the TeamSpeak and just notify a staff member. And off topic, just random things, so this is support. Don't really need to pay much attention to these unless if you've been banned, or you need to report someone, or just general support, but you don't really need to pay much attention. Moving on to the right side here, so you got topics. This is pretty much the latest of what's happened in the forums. Donation box, you can donate here. As you can see, people have donated £30, £20. So these all help to keep the server running. Every server that I've been on, or every live server, has some sort of donations coming in to help run the server, because obviously they cannot keep running it for long out of their own pocket. Obviously if they have a lot of money they can, but it's always nice to get donations to help out. Recent status updates, this is like going on to my profile and then putting the status, it will show up here. Alright, so popular contributors, these are people who do a lot of posts or reputation, etc. Member statistics, this just shows how many members that are on the website. At the moment we got 1,160 total members. Somehow, I don't know how we do, but apparently we do, even though I've never seen that many people on stuff. But yeah, apparently we have over 1,000 members, which I don't think is true. So yeah, that's just the main page. I'm not going to go through everything. I'll leave the link down in the description if you want to go check it out, or you can just type this. But the main thing I want to go over is just the server roles. So you go to info, server roles. Now every live server is pretty much evolved around the same rules. This is so the server can maintain a high standard of roleplay, and there's rules there for a reason, to stop people coming on ruining the experience for other players who are trying to make some good roleplay, and then some random guy just comes along, breaks all the rules, and just fucks about. So this is why there are rules. So the main rules is general rules. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's a lot, but I'll just go through the main ones, which is general rules. This is all of these rules are on the same every live server, so no matter what live server you go on, they will always have these rules because they are standard to a live server. So the first two most common ones are RDM and BDM, also known as random deathmatching or vehicle deathmatching. And as you can see here, random deathmatching is the act of killing players without initiating any form of proper roleplay. See initiation rules, which you can obviously go on to and see if you wish. Vehicle deathmatch is pretty much the same as random deathmatch, except you're using a vehicle, so you can't run over players or ram into people, etc. without engaging in roleplay. Soft login is pretty much you are engaged in a roleplay situation, such as say you're being robbed, and then you exit the server and go back on to spawn somewhere else, and that is not allowed because that is a break of roleplay, and it's just not allowed. So moving on, if you or any of your group members start an RP situation and your backpack is hidden, on this server there is an option to hide your backpack. On others there are, but on others there aren't. You cannot use any items from the backpack during the interaction unless you unhide it in RP. If someone asks you to drop your items, you must also drop items in your backpack, even if it is hidden. Civilians cannot knock out or restrain other players without first initiating roleplay and have a proper reason to do so. So you can't just run up to someone, just knock them out for whatever reason. Well, I guess you can if you're going to knock them out and then rob them. I mean, pretty sure you can do that on some servers. I'm not sure if it's the same with this server, but you have to go into a bit more detail on that. Obviously here, see initiation rules, so obviously it'll probably be down here somewhere. You should not destroy or any captured vehicles which cannot be shot or scrapped. If the police secure a vehicle which cannot be scrapped, it can be kept inside a police HQ until the next server restart. So, you know, same as usual. You cannot steal vehicles by picking them up with a helicopter without first initiating Arma. So you can't just you know, come in with a Huron and just randomly pick up a helicopter, or sorry, randomly pick up a vehicle, because, you know, that's Feywild P pretty much. So you just can't do that. You cannot rob houses in a red or green or blue zone. If a house is partially inside a zone, it will be classed as inside the zone and should not be robbed. So if you buy a house inside one of the safe zones, then no one can rob it, which I think is a little bit unfair for people who buy a house outside of the zone and then get theirs robbed, but people inside can't get robbed. So I think it's you know, a little bit unfair for players who do, because then it's pretty much, you know, no one can get into your house, and then, you know, in my opinion, that should not be how it is. It should be, if you buy a house and anyone can rob it, you know, anyone can break into it, it doesn't matter where it is, but I believe it should be allowed to be broken into. And abuse of the in-game chat in any way. So you know, here, playing music over any channel. In the side chat you must type in English. The chat cannot be used to inform others about any player locations or situations they are involved in. This is metagaming. Verbally abusing other players in any way is not allowed if the victim does not condone it. And spamming anyone via the cell phone is not allowed. So those are just the general rules. If you want to see the rest of the rules, then you can go onto the website yourself and have a look. But as I was saying, that's just the general gist of it. So as I was saying, I'm going to go on to now the good points and the bad points about this server. So first, starting off with the good points. Now the good points being, first of all, they have exceptional roleplay. I haven't come across anyone who's broken roleplay. Everyone, the cops, the medics, the civilians, they all roleplay to the best of their standard, which is absolutely amazing. On some servers you don't get that. Some people fuck about, and you know, occasionally you do get this, some, but obviously I haven't encountered any, you know, myself at the moment. So which is pretty good. Now also, second point is the cops don't just run around and tase people for no reason. They actually have to have like a reason to do so, which is good also, because it means people aren't, you know, just randomly being tased. And if people are randomly being tased, then that cop will probably get a bollocking by the higher ups. Third good point is, you know, the speed limits are fun, but also kept to a minimum, such as speeding. There's inside of town and outside of town, so you've got different speed limits for inside major towns such as Georgetown, or outside of major towns. So, you know, you have a variety of different speeds which you need to stay up to date with, because if you do break the speed limit and the cop sees you, then you will most likely be getting a fine, which no one wants to get. That is all the good points I have at the moment. So the roleplay is good. This is a good server to come on if you are also, if you're new to roleplay, or if you're new to live server, or if you are, you know, used to live servers, you've been on many live servers, you know, this is still a good one for you to come on. Like, I've been on in Arma 2, I was a tacky life called British Borders. I used to be a sergeant in the cop force there, and then I moved to Arma 3 after 4 or 5 months of service, and then joined a server called Outward Life Europe, and was in charge of the SWAT team, which both servers were British themed, so they're both using SCO-19, which is the British equivalent to SWAT. So I was in charge of the SWAT team, or the SCO-19, and so yeah, I was having quite a bit of fun as a cop, and now I'm here again as a cop. So this is a good server if you want to come on. Roleplay is up to a high standard, everyone is fair, everyone's kind, no one is abusive. All the staff members are very nice. The police officers, or my colleagues I should call them now, they are also very nice. They help others out, and they don't really shout a lot, so it's a good environment to be in if you're new to coming into a live server. Now going on to the bad points, there's not many bad points, so there's just one or two. First one is my friend applied to the cops and he was rejected, but the strange thing is it didn't say why he was rejected, which it's like saying, oh, you've applied but you're not allowed in, go and reapply. Like how are you meant to take feedback from that? How are you meant to improve on that? It's like you just can't, because you don't know what you've done wrong. I was talking to some other officers about it, and they said that, oh well, I write in the the little message bit that what they've done wrong, what they need to improve on, so they can come back and hopefully get in. But he just, all he got was thank you for applying or showing an interest. Unfortunately, you were unable to pass the application process or something like that. Please reapply in 1 week's time, or 2 days, or whatever. So I believe that all cops or all higher ups doing the application process should take that into consideration and let people know what they've done wrong, so then they can come back and improve off that, and hopefully get in next time when they put a second application in. Otherwise, it's telling them that they don't know what they've done wrong, and then they just will keep applying and just keep failing, because the person who's doing the application is not notifying them of what they've done wrong. So I believe all cops should, or all the people doing the application, should take that on board and notify people what they've done wrong. Now moving on to the second bad point is I was a police officer on the Arma 2 Take a Life server last year for 5 months. Started at cadet or PCSO and went all the way up to sergeant, and then I'll come on Arma 3 this year in February and go on Outer Life Europe on Arma 3 and get SCR-19 Commander. And then I come on here, and I tell them that, and I've done this, I've done that, with screenshots of proof that I was a cop on these servers, and I still have to start as a cadet. And it's like, I understand that of course I've started as a cadet, but it could at least shorten the cadet phase, so I'm not a cadet as long, because I've got the basic understanding and the basic gist of being a cop on a live server. So I think they should address that. And if people are experienced cops on other servers, then they should be able to get a slight fast track through the cadet phase, or just put them onto the probationary constable. But that's just my opinion. Sticking with the cops, the third point about the cops, I believe during the application phase, or the interview phase after the application, I believe that when you pass the interview and you are officially a cadet, the person doing the interview should at least tell you what you can use as a cadet, what you have to do as a cadet, the rules of a cadet, because there's no police rules on the website or on anything that they've sent me. There's just no police rules, which is, you know, it's a bit weird why they don't have police rules. Like, if we go down to the bottom here, so, you know, you've got medic rules, TeamSpeak rules, you know, but there's no police rules, which I just don't understand why there is no police rules. Like, you got medic rules, you got all of this for the civilians, but where's the police rules? So because I didn't know that I had to be with someone as a cadet, as in, like, I'm a cadet and I have to be with someone who's higher than me, otherwise I can't go out patrol because I need to be with someone because I'm a cadet. You know, also the fact that I'm an experienced cop on other servers but still have to patrol with someone. I understand that, you know, there's rules and that and procedures to follow, but, you know, they could give, like, you know, a little fast track for the cadet phase. But, you know, going back to the rules, the police rules, it's just, I don't understand why there's no police rules. There should be police rules on the server somewhere. Like, you know, info, it's like, I just don't understand. Why is there no police rules? Maybe they haven't got them yet, or maybe, you know, they're secret, or I don't know. It's like they just don't want them to be here. But I believe, you know, if they do see this video, then they should, you know, make police rules on here somewhere, or, you know, in a document, or I don't know, like, at least have somewhere with the police rules. Because I go in, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy my car, I'm gonna go patrol, and and then I find out I have to be with someone, and then, you know, you know, they should tell you what you can do as a cadet and what you have to follow, what are the rules of a cadet, etc. Because, you know, new people who aren't or haven't been a cop on other servers won't know how things work, and, you know, you should at least go through some basics of what they can use, what they have to follow, the rules of a cadet, etc. Because then they come in and they'll be like, well, what the fuck do I do now? you know, so, you know, those are all the points that I've got. But overall, it's a good server. If you're experienced to a live server, or you're new to a live server, this is a good server to come on. I will leave the link to this website down in the description if you want to go check it out, and the rest of the rules. And I also showed you the server here. This is what the server is called. Currently there's 33 people, which is quite good for, you know, 11 o'clock. Yeah, oh yeah, before I forget, this new series that's coming out, it's my progress through being a cop on this server. So episode 1 should be coming out fairly soon this week, and then there'll be episode 2, episode 3, etc. So, you know, you can follow me through my road, or my, you know, achievements and my promotions through this server as a cop. You know, you can see what happens, you know, if you like it, if there's stuff that you don't like about it, you know, there's all this stuff that could happen. But anyway, guys, it's been Cryptic Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.